Good evening and welcome to the Tennessee Smokies Wicked Weed Brewing pregame show. I'm Ben Slotnick from the Smokies Baseball Broadcasting Center. We'll have Mick Gillespie and Richie Giuliano on the call live from Smokies Stadium for Game 4 of a 6-game series and the first of a doubleheader between the visiting Mississippi Braves, the AA affiliate of the Atlanta Braves, and the Tennessee Smokies, the AA affiliate of the Chicago Cubs. First pitch will be at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The Tennessee Smokies broadcast pregame show is brought to you by Wicked Weed Brewing. Wicked Weed is the official craft beer of the Tennessee Smokies. Since 2012, Wicked Weed has been pushing the envelope, crafting unique beers with bold flavors for the forward drinker. Find your new favorite at Smokies Stadium or at a local retailer. Last night, the Smokies won their fourth straight game in presiding fashion, 10-1. The M-Braves led 1-0 entering the bottom of the third inning, but the Smokies scored 5 runs in the frame, and 4 were driven in by Jordan Wogu.
Big leads by all 3 on the base pass. No hold. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing, high fly. Deep left field. You can salute the man and watch that baby fly. A grand slam. Jordan Wogu. And the Smokies have their first lead of the night.
Since homering 5 times in his last 143 at-bats, Wogu has now homered 5 times in his last 45 at-bats. An inning later, Pete Crow Armstrong extended his hit streak to 7 games.
Now the break even. Swing, high fly, deep right, and there's another one. Pete Crow Armstrong, his 12th bomb of the season. A no-doubter onto the Pioneer porch, and the Smokies have hit their second home run, and they lead at 6-1.
Then in the bottom of the 6th, the Canadian Crusher entered this at-bat without a home run in his last 41 ABs.
And then the Smokies have scored 7 since. They lead 8-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Righty to lefty, the 0-1. Swinging a high fly ball deep to right field. Franklin turns around. Going, gone! Just about out of the stadium to right. A towering shot by Owen Casey. And the Smokies are now ahead 9-1.
This was Casey's team-leading 16th home run of the season, and the Canadian Crusher has the 3rd most homers in the Southern League. Fast forward to the top of the 9th, M-Braves catcher Javier Valdez was down to the team's final strike.
Lee May, here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Valdez out, and so are the M-Braves. And the Smokies are streaking again. Give them 4 in a row. They take the first 3 games of the series. A dominant 10-1 win tonight. What do you say?
In the dominant 9-run Tennessee victory, the M-Braves had multiple batters reach base safely in just 2 innings. They had 2 players reach base and a scoreless top of the 7th and top of the 9th on both a walk and single. The Smokies have now won 8 consecutive home games for the first time since mid-August of the 2013 season. Well, the M-Braves have led in all 3 games this series. They had a 3-run lead in the 7th inning of the series opener, lost that. They led 6-5 in the 6th inning of Game 2, lost that. And last night in the 3rd game, Mississippi led 1-0 in the 3rd and allowed 10 unanswered runs to end the game. Tennessee has recorded at least 3 extra base hits in 9 consecutive games, including 2 3-home run games in this series against the M-Braves. Entering tonight, the Tennessee Smokies have a 49-37 overall record with a Double-A best second half 13-5 record, while the Mississippi Braves are 40-45 overall and 7-10 in the second half. All right, it's time for a quick break, and when we come back, we'll introduce tonight's starting lineups, team notes, and the Hampton Inn & Suites keys to the game. The Smokies Baseball pregame show continues right after this. Welcome back to the Tennessee Smokies Wicked Weed Brewing pregame show. I'm Ben Slotnick from the Smokies Baseball Broadcasting Center. Game 4 of a 6-game series and the first of a doubleheader between the M-Braves and Smokies is coming up in just a few minutes, but first it's time to introduce tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Mississippi Braves, leading off in center field, Cody Milligan. Batting second, the second baseman, Cal Conley. Shortstop hitting third, Luke Waddell. Batting cleanup, the catcher, Tyler Tolve. Batting fifth on a team-best 12-game hit streak and 15-game on-base streak, first baseman Drew Lugbauer. Left fielder batting sixth, Jesse Franklin V. Designated hitter batting seventh, Landon Stevens. Third baseman batting eighth, Bo Phillip. And batting ninth on a Double-A worst 21-game strikeout streak, right fielder Justin Dean. Starting on the mound for the M-Braves is the right-hander Tanner Gordon. He is 4-4 overall with a 4.18 ERA in 10 starts. Through 10 starts last season with Mississippi, Gordon was also 4-4, but had a 7.21 earned run average, which is 3.03 points higher than this year's mark. In his first 5 starts of 2023, Gordon had a 72% strike rate and 387 total pitches. However, in his last 5 starts, Gordon has a 66% strike rate and 403 total pitches. As a team, since winning 7 of 8 games, the M-Braves have won 7 of their last 19 games and are losers in 8 of their last 10, including the first 3 of this series. Offensively, Mississippi leadoff batter Cody Milligan, who went 16 for 35, batting .457 with 6 strikeouts against the Smokies in 2022, is 1 for 12 with 7 strikeouts versus Tennessee this season. That's more strikeouts in 23 fewer at-bats. On the other hand, M-Braves slugging first baseman Drew Lugbauer, whose 12-game hit streak is the second longest active in Double-A, is 3 for 5 with a home run, 2 walks, and no strikeouts in the first 2 games of this series. Surprisingly, going back to last season, this is the first time in 91 Double-A games played that Lugbauer has gone back-to-back games without striking out. Now for the home team, leading off for the Tennessee Smokies on a Double-A best 5-game extra base hit streak, center fielder Pete Crow Armstrong. Batting second, shortstop Levi Jordan. Hitting third on a team best 8-game hit streak and 16-game on-base streak, the designated hitter Cole Roederer. Batting cleanup, first baseman Hayden McGeary. Right fielder hitting fifth, Bradley Beasley. The catcher batting sixth, Pablo Aliendo. Batting seventh, he hit his first career minor league grand slam last night, left fielder Jordan Wogu. Third baseman batting eighth, Andy Weber. And hitting ninth, the second baseman, Scott McKeon. Starting on the mound for the Smokies is the right-handed pitcher Cole Franklin. He is 3-5 overall with a 5.44 earned run average in 11 starts. Since throwing 8 2/3 innings pitched in a 3-start span, allowing 14 earned runs on 17 hits, 7 home runs, 8 walks, and just 5 strikeouts, Franklin has thrown 9 consecutive shutout innings in his last 2 starts on just 4 hits, 2 walks, and 16 strikeouts. Offensively, in the month of June, Smokies outfielder Cole Roederer went 14 for 63 with 5 extra base hits, 9 RBIs, 10 walks, and just 7 runs scored. However, in July, in 25 fewer plate appearances and 22 fewer at-bats, Roederer is 16 for 38 with 8 extra base hits, 16 runs batted in, 11 walks, and 13 runs scored. Smokies' 9th batter, Scott McKeon, is back in the lineup after missing the last 4 games. He enters tonight on a 3-game extra base hit streak, RBI streak, and run scored streak. Shifting to the pitching, America's 246th birthday brought great change for the Tennessee bullpen. To begin the second half of the season, from June 28th to July 3rd, the Smokies bullpen threw 28 and a third innings pitched, had a 1.5 strikeout to walk ratio, 8.89 ERA, and a 2.08 whip. However, since July 4th, the Smokies bullpen has totaled 56 and a third innings pitched, has a 2.8 strikeout to walk ratio, a 1.43 earned run average, and a stellar 1.05 whip. And last night, Smokies relievers threw 4 total shutout innings on 3 hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts, including 3 Ks from middle reliever Zach Lee, who struck out the M-Braves in order in the 8th inning. Turning back the clock, 18 years ago today, the Tennessee Smokies defeated the Chattanooga Lookouts 6-5 on a Marlon Williams 2 RBI walk-off single. Williams, who was the 9th batter in the Smokies order that night, entered that at-bat, won for his last 20, but stepped up when it mattered most. Now it's time for tonight's Keys to the Game, brought to you by Hampton Inn & Suites. The Hampton Inn & Suites, located just behind Smokies Stadium, is the proud host hotel of the Tennessee Smokies. The first key is for Smokies starting pitcher Cole Franklin to throw 5 innings and allow 3 runs or fewer. The goal of tonight's doubleheader is to have no more than 4 relievers pitch so that the pen is reasonably staffed and available for tomorrow's series finale. Franklin needs to set the tone in Game 1 of the doubleheader. And the second key is to continue dominance hitting with snake eyes. The Smokies have the second best batting average in minor league baseball when facing a 1-1 count, hitting .426. In fact, through 3 games this series, the Smokies are 6 for 10 on 1-1 counts, including a pair of extra base hits. All right, that wraps up the Tennessee Smokies Wicked Weed Brewing pregame show. When we return, we'll have Mick Gillespie and Richie Giuliano on the call from Smokies Stadium. Game 1 of the doubleheader and the 4th of a 6-game series between the M-Braves and Smokies is coming up next.